can use my
So this meeting is reconvened. We're not finished with agenda item number 17. So if we could have finished with the performance report. Ms. McLeod.
You might want to move it.
Is that what it says here? Where's that resolution? Okay, I'll ask for a mover for the Taupo District Performance Report for July through to September 2012, the first quarter of this new year, financial year, be received. Move, please. Move, Councillor Williams. Second. Councillor Johnson. All those in favour? Aye. Carried.
And then we can go through it.
And if you could take us through that, should we go through that page by page? And please put your hand up or whatever if you have a question on the page. It all reads pretty good. 17 bar 2. Page 17 bar 2. Very, very small piece of slippage there involved in the seal extension on Wereta Road, and I don't think you need to ask why, because you all would have noticed the rain lately. So now moving to 17 bar 3. Any questions? 17 bar 4. Oh, sorry, Councillor Williams.
Well, I'd just like to make a comment on the investigation of the options for reconnecting Turangi Road. Just like to say to our CEO and team, great, really well done, and it was most gratifying to see the expressions on the faces of those residents here today, and I just congratulate you on moving so expediently following the long-term plan, because it's obviously was quite a task to get that complete, and I think it's marvellous that you've done in such a short time frame, so thank you.
Yep. 17 bar 5. Councillor Williams.
I think under the long-term plan we agreed to upgrade the Kaunihera Reserve toilet, and I just wondered, was that the 250,000 that we allocated from the wastewater treatment budget for this year? How does that?
No, separate.
So 165,000 was allocated to the Kaunihera Reserve.
Oh, 165.
Yeah, which is currently we're developing the working drawings to go out to tender before Christmas.
Oh, okay.
Well, it says everything here. Development designs in progress will be reported to Council in November meeting. And you've got budget, so hopefully you'll be approving it. Moving to page 17 bar 6. And then turning the book back in the correct way. Moving to 17 bar 7. Annual capital project updates are there. AC Barbs. Any comments, questions? Councillor Williams?
Oh, I'd just like to say I'm not, I think I'm probably speaking on behalf of Councillor Clayton and Councillor Hickman as well, but then I wish to make a comment. I think the working party's going really well. I think we've been able to we've been able to save time of council staff by communicating with interested parties and with stakeholders and ratepayers. Just one thing though, we're still to receive spreadsheets on the project budget versus actuals. We're getting the actual information on what is in the budget and outside the budget, but we haven't actually got any financials yet. What those shown on page 17 bar 10 are not broken down. I think Mr. Bowden was working on that. And I'd also just like to ask if we could get the AC Bars project broken down stage by stage. At this stage it's just done as a total project.
Okay, will you make that your subcommittee that we gave you the delegation to work with Mr. Bowden? You asked Mr. Bowden for it, and if you think there's anything that needs to be brought to our attention, do so. So, moving on, Huhu Street upgrade, now that's almost completed, a couple of remedial works, but I want to say, and I'm quite happy to say it here and have it recorded, that I'm pretty sure that when we allocated the amount of money to do Huhu Street, we were united in doing it. We did get a little bit of back pressure when it was mooted, but I must say to go down there now is just, in fact I said it on the radio on Monday morning, my radio show, I challenge anybody, anywhere in New Zealand to tell me of a nicer street.
It's class.
It's absolutely wonderful. I just wish we could do the whole town like it. However, we've done that, and I think you should be proud of it, and I congratulate the people that worked on it, and as I said on the radio, I challenge anyone to tell me where a nicer street New Zealand is. Anything further on that? Being nothing, Taupo water treatment plant upgrade. Look. Sorry, someone? Councillor Williams?
Again, just to be brought up to date, I mean, I know we've got a contract on it, but just to be brought up to date as to how we are with regards to the expenditure, and if there's anything that we should be, any matters that should be brought to our attention with regard to the project.
Which project are you referring to?
Taupo water treatment plant.
So is there anything that needs to bring to our attention because other than these numbers on the back end? You want more than what's listed on page 17 by 10?
Yeah, I'm just asking about, because we were to receive some financials on that, so I'm just asking when we would get them.
Mr. Williams told me staff are preparing that. That was one of those questions you gave to me. I gave to Mr. Williams. He's got staff replying to all those 3 questions you gave me. I think it was at the PMG meeting.
A week ago,
yeah. Okay, yeah, a week ago, admittedly, but it is work in progress.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
It is coming. And I did relay the question on, and we will get them in due course. Okay?
Thank you.
Cool, thank you.
And at this stage, there's nothing happening that it hasn't been planned to happen?
No unexpecteds. Turangi wastewater treatment process improvements, Councillor Kevin?
Yeah, are we getting this plant fixed up, or in terms of when it was built? I think it was about 2002 was a major upgrade. We thought it was the state-of-the-art plant, and now we see these membranes which were causing trouble a few years ago, still causing trouble now. And then I heard on a radio report about it that we're still responsible for releasing, I didn't catch the figure, so much cubic metres of nitrogen coming out of our plant into the tail race. My understanding when we first did this is the amount of nitrogen coming out of the ponds at the time was equivalent to a pound of barter compared to a truck and trailer unit of nitrogen coming from above the alley. So,
Lord Mr. Lewis has jumped in the hot seat. He's ready to tell you all about it.
It was a state-of-the-art plant in 2006 whenever it was commissioned. What we've found since then is that a combination of the alum dosing that we're doing and silica that's present in the water is clogging up the membranes. Now that wasn't evident during the design phase, so that's what we're trying to, I mean, there is a typical way of cleaning the membranes, and that cleaning is not getting rid of all of that combination of silica and alum. If you didn't have those two in the concentrations that you have, you wouldn't be having the problem. So what we're trying to do now is to work out how you can actually clean them and get, at the moment, for example, I think we get about a 20% clean, whereas you should be getting about a 90% clean. So this process is to try and figure out how to get that 90% clean. Now it means that the hydraulic efficiency of the plant increases. So that's really what this improvement project is about.
Yep.
Okay. Anybody want anything further there? Councillor Henderson?
Could you just go into a little bit more in detail what the implications of that are in terms of the operation of the facility, in terms of costs, efficiencies, that sort of thing?
In terms of operational efficiency, once we can get the plant cleaning properly, then the plant will operate more efficiently, require less alum dosing, so the operational costs will reduce and the hydraulic efficiency of the plant will be increased. What it will mean is, and there'll be capex need to be spent which is already identified in the long-term plan for this to enable that washing to take place. So we'll need to build an additional structure to enable that washing to take place. So essentially what's going to happen is that the plant has got a series of membranes, so we'll be taking some membranes out of the plant, cleaning them, and then putting and swapping them over so that the plant continues operating at its capacity.
My question is specifically, I guess, is can a dollar figure be put on what it's costing us in terms of operational extra costs, given that it's not functioning to its full efficiency at the moment?
Not at this stage. It's more a question of the hydraulic capacity rather than significant additional cost. What it really means is that if, for instance, there was growth in the town and you wanted an extra 250 connections or 300 connections, at the moment we might not be able to accommodate that because the whole hydraulic efficiency is impacted.
So the cost really relates to the chemical that you're putting in, the dosing that you're doing. Okay. Yeah, and having to use more of it. Okay.
Okay, anything further on that? Okay, moving now, going back here and moving now to seal extension. That's pretty self-explanatory, or do you want to add to that, Mr. Little?
Arataki Road should be finished by the end of next week. So
as long as the sun stays out.
And it looks pretty good for the next week. And we should be in a position, once that's finished, to see how much of Wereta Road we're able to do and whether there's an economic length that we can do.
Well, being the mad bot, oh sorry, Councillor Dallard?
I just wondered, because Wereta Road is a dead-end road, isn't it?
No, I don't think it is.
What does that link up to?
Kaunihera and Whai.
Oh, does it? Oh. Yep, thank you.
Okay. Now, being a mad bikerist that you are, do you want to tell us where we're getting on with Pouakani Road widening? I believe there's funding there, not to do the whole lot, but you're working with the cycle people to do some, like, passing lanes or something?
There's 300,000 in the budget for the widening, spread over 2 years, this year and 13-14. We've been working with the cycling club to try and identify where we can get the biggest bang for our bucks, and identifying discrete locations between State Highway 1 and Tongamata Road. It's quite possible that the sections that have been identified with the cycling club we might not be able to achieve, then we'll be going back and trying to prioritise what we have identified so that we can do those that are causing the most concern.
And the 300,000 we've got is 45, 55 NZTH, but
53 subsidised.
Cool. Okay. And can we go back yearly and apply for more and keep working on that road, or have we, once they've given us some money like now, is that door closed?
That door's closed for the next 3 years.
So in 3 years' time we can go back and apply for some more for that Pouakani Road?
Yep.
All right, and the last one, unless then we've got any other questions. Oh, sorry, have you?
Well, it's a little bit off topic, Your Worship, but just I'm just continue to be disappointed with cycling unfriendliness about town centre, and I just for future, I just would hope that we'll be able to, when we get to annual plan stage, find some money from somewhere to make our town centre more cycling friendly, because it doesn't fit the rest of our cycling friendly image with regards to
Well, I've told you many, many times, the easiest way to make a town centre cycle friendly, and I have been to these conferences of urban design and all that sort of thing, is just simply reduce the speed limit to 15 kilometres an hour. That's the speed bikes do, that's the speed cars we're allowed to do, you all mix and mingle together.
There's no laneways, Your Worship. There's no greens.
Well, this government spend a lot of money on making the centre cycling friendly food. Can we put in all sorts of lanes and all sorts of things? But however, I take on board your point, Councillor Dallard.
So I think we have done a good way on going that way with Hiahia Street. I mean, that's through the commercial structure plan. We did try and slow it down, and that's the perfect way of slowing it down, by that development on Hiahia Street. So it's a beautiful, I mean, you can't drive a car fast up that street.
You can't do
and it's quite nice just to drive slow.
If I had my way, mate, every street in Taupo and CBD would have all those speed humps and keep everything at the same speed.
But it's anyway, actually allocating an area for the cyclists by street marking.
What, to park the bike, you mean?
No, marking the streets.
Cycle lanes.
Cycle lanes.
Councillor Cook?
Yeah, another thing I really like about Hiahia Street is just as you get to the traffic light intersection to turn on to Tongariro Street, that dedicated green space for cyclists in front of the berm before traffic is great, so that was well done.
Cool. Okay, moving on. Broadlands landfill. That's pretty self-explanatory, I think. Any questions, Mr. Lewis? Mr. Lewis, the partner's got a lot on his hands, haven't they? And revitalisation of the Turangi Town Centre. I think any more comments on that? That's been workshopped and it's all clear. Okay. So we will move now to agenda item number 18. Yep, cool.
Just very quickly.
Find them.
You considered this at the last meeting. We went out for public notification with no submissions, so this is for your consideration to adopt.
So, Councillor Cliff. Moved. Councillor Johnson, seconder. All those in favour? Aye. Carried. DGLT, final statement of intent. We haven't actually got anybody from here, but it was a separate with your agenda item.
I'll very quickly address that, Your Worship. Basically, when the statement of intent that DGLT delivered to you as a draft was not the same statement of intent that they gave to you as a final. There was some. They had actually delivered an older version of their statement of intent, and so this simply corrects that, and you now have the same statement of intent that you received as a draft now as a final.
Has anybody got any questions, or clarification, or comments, or anything regards to? Okay, being none, there is a suggested resolution 19/1 that the final, as explained by Mr. Pratt, 2012-13 Destination Great Lake Taupo Statement of Intent that was approved by Council in March 2012 be received. Move, please. I'll move. Second, please. Councillor Johnson, all in favour? Aye. Aye. Carried. Okay, agenda item number 20 is the appointment of members to Taupo Youth Awards and the Trustpower Community Awards. So, suggested resolution, name, what would you like, Councillor Cook?
I'd like to nominate myself for the Trustpower Community Awards again if there are no new councillors wanting to have a go.
We need
thoroughly
two.
Enjoyed it and would love to be a part of it again.
Okay, well, I'm sure Councillor Kirk would stand aside because you've already done it once and other people wanted to do it. However, we do need two. Councillor Dano?
Yeah, I'm happy because I never did any of them this year to put my name forward for either one.
Okay, either one. And anybody else want to volunteer for? We need 4 councillors. Councillor Craig, what's your?
I was asked to be to do the youth awards to make it absolutely impartial, and that Kirsty asked me to look after the 4 different categories and chair each one of them, because there were complaints before that there were certain councillors that were on it that belonged, and I'm not picking on Mike, believe me, that had an affiliation with a particular school.
So that's retrospective.
No, this is.
People had to stand down with it too.
We're here today.
I'm saying I'd like to do the. I've been involved in both, but I'd like to do the youth awards again because I was asked to do it last year, and it seems I'll just open. I'll just leave it like that. I was asked.
Yeah, council appoints them, so we must have appointed you last year.
No, you didn't appoint me. I was. It was a decision that was made outside of council to make it impartial for this year's judging.
There's some information in the
well, you must have been appointed by some other body, but Taupo District Council has to put on two members. And last year we had Mincher and Johnson on the Youth Awards, and we had Kirk and Crate on the Community Awards.
What I'm saying, Your Worship, is that was changed, and I was asked to chair all the meetings, so I was the sole judge.
So why do you mention my name? I wasn't even on it.
I know.
Okay, but what I need to know though, Councillor Crate, is are you volunteering for anything this year, and which one, please?
Yes, I'm volunteering to go on the Youth Awards again, in the same capacity as I did last year.
Let me just go. Youth Awards was Kirk?
No.
No? Trustpower, let me just get this down. So who's
So I'll do Trustpower then.
So you're okay, that's down hard.
Well, am I allowed to do Trustpower?
Well, we're not even decided yet. I'm just writing down who's volunteering.
I was asked.
Youth Awards, we've got Crate. you got your hand up and then you...
Just to clarify that, I stood down because the 3 children were involved in lots of sports and
Yeah,
things.
that's fine.
That's why, it's just clarifying, that's why Keith was then asked to replace me.
That's why rear vision mirrors and cars are really little. We're looking at the front windscreen.
Yeah,
Who's doing it this year?
Just clarifying, and I'd love to do it this year.
I'm coming to him, please.
I would love to do it this year.
Which one would you like to do?
Youth Awards.
Mr Chairman, what we're trying to do with the Youth Awards is to...
I was going to throw my hat in the ring.
Well, which one, Rob?
I don't really care, but it's more to make up the numbers there because I don't really have any involvement in this.
If I've got this right, Trustpower I've only got downloaded so far, is that correct?
No, there's no other new councillor, I'll do it again, but if Rob would like to have a turn, I'm happy with
But
that.
no, but if you're enjoying it and making the most of it, you might as well be doing it. Yeah. You've got the relationships there, I'm quite okay with that. So if you're short of somebody, you need someone else, put me in. If not, don't worry about it.
They reduced it from 2 to 1.
So am I right in saying we've got Youth Awards Creighton and Mincher? Is that right? Everyone agrees to that? Eh?
What about Rob? If he wants to?
I think you've got...
Because Rex did it last year.
No, I didn't do it. I stood down. That's why I just clarified before.
You're trying to fit 5 into 4, I think.
Could I just make a comment in terms of the
Yes,
Youth
please, help
Awards?
me.
So one of the criteria that was reviewed as a result of feedback from the previous years was about impartiality in terms of councillors who have students involved in the schools. So that was why Councillor Crate was asked to take part. So going forward, it would be quite good, if possible, to have councillors who didn't have any children at the schools.
Yeah.
Well, then maybe Robbie to do it.
But we've also got Councillor Henderson that would like to do something.
I'll stand aside for Rob.
What, so you were Youth Awards?
Yes.
So Crate and Henderson for Youth Awards, is that right?
Yes, thank you.
So,
Just to note, I have got children, but I don't expect them.
sorry, Mr Chairman, then should I stand down from the Trustpower Community Awards because I'm involved in community organisations?
Just calm yourself down, pal.
I'm just saying.
Trustpower, Downard and Kirk, have I got that right?
Yes.
Okay.
More than welcome.
Trustpower, Downard, Kirk, Youth Awards, Crate and Henderson. Do I have a mover, please?
Yes.
Move. Councillor John, seconder. Councillor Williams, all in favour? Aye. Aye. Thank you. Agenda item number 21. Councillor engagements.
And you've got a handout with some alterations.
Have we? Do I get that one? Thank you. Okay, running through from the top, Tiara River Iwi Joint Trust Committee meeting is this Friday, 2 o'clock. We've got a workshop next Tuesday about licences. Alison's obviously got some more people that have made applications that aren't quite as simple as selling ice creams. Same Tuesday next week we'll be doing a first workshop of the draft annual plan. So Tuesday there's all those meetings there. Going down to the joint management agreement with Tiara River Iwi Trust. No problems? Tuesday the 13th. Oh, sorry, Anne?
I was just going to say that is a workshop for council to understand what they'll be approving later in that month.
Yep.
So it's just
So next Tuesday is a day of workshops. Following Tuesday is Turangi-Tongariro Community Board meeting. Got enough agenda items?
Maybe not. There's only one presentation, I believe.
So TBA,
So-
to be confirmed,
To be
TBC?
confirmed.
Okay. Tuesday the 20th, workshop AC Bars Indoor Leisure Pool, building design. No objections?
I apologise for that, Your Worship.
Okay, so that's a whole day, Councillor Hickling. We've got the 20th, we've got about 4 workshops there, so yeah, okay, cool. Council meeting next month, I think I told you, we're going to Mangakino. It says here St John's Hall. It won't be St John's Hall, it's going to be, what's the name of the marae? Pouakani Marae, thank you very much. It's having its official opening, I think, on the 19th or a day, 16th? 17th. They've really worked hard, you know, the old saying, out of the ashes. And it's beautiful out there, and they've invited us to hold our council meeting. Will also be a hangi lunch, which they'll be charging you for, and workshops in the meeting at that marae. Turumahuta Reserve Trust Committee meeting. Who's on that? You are, Barry. So anything further?
I'm allowed to be on that one.
Sorry?
You're being facetious now, Councillor Downard.
Zone 2 on Friday the 16th of November at Taupo. I'm bringing it up now. If the board meeting is cancelled for the 6th, we have a couple of board members, myself and Maggie at this stage, Chris has pulled out, would like to go to Zone 2 in Taupo. So I'm just wondering if there are council members that are going to Zone 2 as well, so we could get approval for all to attend.
Well, I don't actually think you really need, I might be wrong, approval for Zone 2 because there's no charge, we're not staying overnight, so you're all welcome. So just liaise with me, I will be going with a real go one car or 2 cars. So yeah, Zone 2 is in Tokoroa. I'm sorry? Oh, you need to know for catering purposes, don't you? So can you, well okay, put it on the floor now. Who did you say before? Hang on, Councillor.
Maggie and myself.
Okay, so Committee Board Member Maggie Stewart, Gary Kepper, myself will be going, Zone 2, Tokoroa, it's a one-dayer. And your hands up for,
yes.
You're going, Councillor Williams, 16th of November.
That's the red that's in here, down the bottom, Zone 2.
No, so that's all it's going, it's 4. 4? 4. Well, if that's the case, you guys come up to Taupo and we'll honk up in my truck to Toka Vegas. Okay? So the information relating to engagements for November 2012 be received. Move, please. Move, Councillor Curtin, second, Councillor Downard. All in favour, aye. We'll go around the table with members' report.
Excuse me.
Sorry?
You just missed out on the requests. There's a request for presentations and or workshops at future council meetings. So ADDI Consultancy and Department of Conservation.
So why are they coming again with that presentation? Is that the same presentation again?
Sorry, which one is that?
The DOC, Conservation, Department of Conservation. What are they coming again for? They've already come once, last month, month before or something?
Wasn't it the other one that finished before?
Scientist presentation.
Oh, this was a question. At their workshop, and they invited Jeff, Michael, Michelle, to talk about the same sort of stuff as what you're doing today, but they're scientists. I think you welcome that and said,
okay, cool. Okay, so those 2 presentations are they happy to come over to Mangakino? Oh, they are? Okay, cool. All right, no, that's fine. So that's incorporated in what we did there, yeah. So I would remind everybody, I had to go on 4:30. I think Councillor Kirk has to go at 4:15. Somebody else told me they had to go. So please, if you want to take a long time, it's up to you, but I'll have to excuse myself otherwise. And I would like to, so if we just do members' reports, if we just do them quickly. I'll go around the table, Councillor Heckman.
Nothing to report.
Just doing your usual hard work in the community. Good on you. Councillor Kepper.
Nothing to report.
Yeah, apart from the 2 full council days of workshops, I did go and have a look at the Graffiato exhibition, and I think that Kylie Hawker should be congratulated for all the work she did on the ground to get that organised. And also I met with the new chair of DGLT, Kathy Guy, out at Wairaka, we saw it last week, and I think it was really, I was left there feeling really enthused about their way forward and their new stuff set up.
Cool. Councillor Williams.
Yeah, attended the Lake Taupo Arts Festival Trust meeting, and what they're currently, as well as looking to consolidate and grow their current events, they're also, or their current event calendar, they're also undergoing a strategic review at present. Also along with Councillor Creighton and Councillor Keeper attended the opening of the cycle trail at Turangi-Tongariro, which is fantastic. And do you want Councillor Henderson and I to report to finish our report on the audit?
How long do you think it would take?
Well, we can take it as read if you like. If you like, we can take it as read. I only managed to get 10 copies done.
Get a workshop this?
Yes, we are.
Okay, we'll take it as read and then we'll workshop it. Is that,
Yep.
I'd probably just point councillors. I think it's the salient points all there, but just at the very end of the report, there's the process of setting up the committee and the roles. There is an enormous amount of information, but I think as Rob Williams suggests, leave it to the workshop. Have we got a date for that at this stage?
is that one of the workshops we've just approved? Okay, I think that workshop. Can you circulate a date, please, so we can get at least 90% of us? Have you got any Tuesdays free? Because Tuesday seems to be the day blocked up.
I guess it's when
Yeah, I think.
Phil Jones is available.
We're waiting for Phil.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, so it is in progress? Yes. Okay, cool. Councillor Downer?
Well, just can this be attached to the minutes?
As circulated, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we're going to workshop it, yeah. Councillor Downer?
Just attended the sports advisory funding round, where we gave out funding, I think it was to 12 teams in the Taupo District and 28 individuals. And none of them my kids.
I'm handing the checks over on Friday, so I'll make sure.
Oh, you want a minute? Councillor Crate.
I haven't got any kids at school, by the way. I went attended.
You've got a whole bloody school full.
I judged the sports awards. I went to a council risk management forum, AC Bar's meetings, of course, with Councillor Hickling and Councillor Williams. I went to the Traffins conference. I went to the opening of the Tongariro track, which I thought was wonderful, and I went to an NZAEP meeting. I don't need to go through all this. I tried to summarise the Traffins meeting, which thank you very much for letting me go there at the last minute. It was absorbing, and it was interesting to know that we are getting better at road safety nationally. We only had 284 deaths. The only areas that deaths are going up in are cyclists and motorcyclists, and that's only very marginal, you know. But apart from that, we've gone down from 795 deaths in 1997 to 284 in 211. Waikato's got the highest risk area in the whole of New Zealand. Poihipi, as we've said, has had 5 deaths on it and many horrific injuries, and it is as a consequence of the cycle summit that we had. It came out as the highest priority, if we want to call ourselves a cycling centre, and it's got some horrible engineering faults in Poihipi Road. Can I just tell you, I've got their wire rope barriers. What an expert from the rest of the world, from a global expert, said is that if we want to save accidents, we can't save it by giving out all this advertising and all this education. The only things we can change is things like speed limits. We can change licensing age. We've got the highest rate in the world for teenagers getting killed, and we've got the lowest age that teenagers can get licences, so that sort of corresponds. And road engineering in our country is way behind anywhere else. And to give an example of that, I've got WRP, wire rope barriers saved 100 lives in New South Wales in the last year. And they are the ones where you hit them like Wellington's got them, you hit the barrier, and instead of the car flipping like they would over the concrete barriers they've got on Poihipi Road and those little ones they've got round Bully Point, the cars hit them, and there was a graphic video of this, 3 identical model cars hitting one of those concrete walls, and the car just flipped and the whole thing smashed and everyone would have got killed. 100k hitting the barriers, like the ones around Bully Point, and the cars once again flipped over and smashed, the roof smashed in. Wire rope barriers, exactly the same, and it just hit it and slid along the side and the car didn't flip, and that's been proved all over the world. We haven't got one in our district, one wire rope barrier.
Attended just the workshops and that with the council meetings, but my apologies to the river trails. I was double booked for the motorsport park, so couldn't do both. Apologies.
Waiora House AGM, the trust meeting and the funding allocation round, and the quarterly meeting with Lynn's at the Wairaki Tourist Park.
Just the usual thing for me, my diary's with the governance manager. If anybody wants to have a look, you're welcome to, and feel free to ask me any questions, please.
Okay, so there is a suggested resolution, and I would suggest that we take number 1 out. Number 2 and 3, can I have a mover and seconder? Because we didn't actually officially receive the report from Councillor Hens and Williams, we will do that in the workshop. Oh, we have actually received it. Yeah, we have. No, okay, correct. I stand correct. A mover and a seconder, please. Moved Councillor Kirk, seconded Councillor Minch. All those in favour? Aye. I now need, please, if you would, a mover and a seconder to exclude members of the public. Moved, would I get that from Councillor Johnson, and who was the second? Councillor Minch. All those in favour? Aye.